absolutely,
It's gonna
absolutely.
happen.
To find out from you because every year Red Stripe seems to top it as it relates to the offerings when you come at Reggae Sumfest. So I'm sure there's something that is in the pipeline. There's something that is there for all the patrons who are going to be in attendance for this year's staging. Is there anything you want to tell the listeners, all the persons who are coming from all over the world or even in Jamaica about what they can get from Red Stripe when they come to a Reggae Sumfest?
The only thing I'd like to say is you have to come and experience it. Reggae Sumfest is an international occurrence. Obviously, they do the live stream. It goes to all countries. We've been doing live stream and bootleg from a long time.
Exactly.
Everybody have a little video or something.
Yes.
But what we really want is people to come out, experience the festival in all its glory, in real time. This year, they've expanded the number of nights, so we have all the lead-up events. We have the 2 big nights. You have world-class stars. You have top-class local talent. And of course, while you're at the festival, come out and have a cool Red Stripe.
Here's what I want to find out from you with the Red Stripe.
Yeah.
Every year you have deals. What can we expect this year for the deals? I know that Red Stripe is literally, they've coated that venue. They're all over the venue.
All over.
But in terms of what kind of deals people can get, I don't know if you have that breakdown for us already, but we'd love to hear, so, I can go there and get a deal or a bucket here or the bars
for
are
this
there.
amount or that amount.
Or that amount, yeah.
No, you're not trying to put me on the spot.
Well,
But we can say,
What I can say,
tell me.
Yes.
there will be deals.
There will, all right.
What I can say is
Yes.
Red Stripe will be available throughout the venue.
Right.
And of course, we have multiple bars at the venue, both in the VIP, Ultra VIP, but also in the general. So we have Red
Right.
Stripe and Red Stripe Light, Red Stripe Flavors, all of our portfolio available throughout the throughout the venue. And we will have product deals. We will have exciting giveaway promotions. We will have the most exciting booth. We
That's
will
true.
have lots of things going
You hear
on.
all
So
of
of
that?
course, we
Yeah.
want people to come out and experience it for themselves.
All right, so just before you go, Sean, I mean, I know you have new products. I mean, persons being out there and talking about it. Tell us about the latest addition to the family.
The latest addition to the family is actually called Rum Stripe.
I was going to ask about that.
Yes.
We have the Rum Stripe actually started with 2 flavors. We had the rum and cranberry as well as the cocoa pine. The new kid on the block is Rum Stripe, rum and grapefruit.
Yeah, one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And it
Well, how did
proper.
that idea come? How did that come about?
That one easy.
Yeah. But
That's what we drink in Jamaica.
we
Rum
drink that all the
Stripe
time.
come from Jamaica. It's
Yeah.
for Jamaicans, by Jamaicans, and we're hoping to service the taste of Jamaicans. So we have Jamaican white overproof rum. You need a chaser.
Yeah.
It used to be cranberry. Some people do coconut water and pineapple. And now you can take it with some grapefruit soft drink.
Listen,
brother.
awesome vibe.
Thank
Sean
you so
Wallace,
much.
thank you so much, Head of Commerce over there at Red Stripe. It's always a pleasure to communicate. It's always a pleasure to link up, and it's going to be a vibe with Red Stripe.
Enough blessings.
We'll
Thank
see
you.
you at the
Every
venue,
time.
sir.
But
Every
no most.
time.
Then the most August man.
Yeah, August man.
All right,
August man.
sir.
Yeah, man. Right, sure.
Gentleman.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Gentlemen.
Gentlemen.
Yes,
right.
yes. Yeah, bones. So I mean, there's a lot of things happening, and of course, tonight, when we speak of Reggae Sumfest, there's a gentleman that is he's gonna join us right now. As a matter of fact, I mean, he's right beside us.
I know this brother.
This
I've seen him.
this
before.
gentleman is the head of everything, basically. Downtown
I know this
Entertainment,
guy.
Reggae Sumfest, and
Yes.
of course he continues to outdo himself year after year after year. And he's no stranger to IRA FM.
No. But this brother that we're going to introduce on the microphone now.
Yes.
You know that he also will perform sometimes.
Sometimes you know what?
He goes on stage.
Yeah, he goes on. I didn't see him last year going on
No,
stage,
he
but
wanted to-
possibly he might have been a little bit busy,
Yeah,
but I wouldn't be surprised if I see him this year
Performing.
doing his thing on stage. But let's not hold the listeners any further in terms of telling them who we're talking about, Mr.
Great.
Joseph Badanovich.
He's here with us, and he is the chairman and CEO of Down Sounds, and they are the promoters of Reggae Sumfest. Joe, welcome, my boss.
Welcome, Joe.
Good to have you.
Hey guys, how you doing?
We're feeling good,
We're
man.
good, man.
I'm not hearing myself.
You know,
All right, so we're
yourself.
gonna work on that as we speak. It's probably be all right. Let me see what's happening. Is it better?
Test. Well, there you go.
There you go. There
Okay,
you go.
awesome.
A little loud.
All right,
Little
all right, let me.
All of you a little loud, but it's
All right,
loud.
good.
It's
Good.
Joe, another year, 32 years. your vibe about. Is there anything that you could say that is a little different for this year than the other years? Obviously, there seems to be a lot more sponsors on board with you, and the lineup is just absolutely awesome. Is there anything else that you would like to add to what has already been happening here? Tell me. Okay.
So yeah,
What about this? I said it out there. I guess you didn't hear it, but
Yeah, we were
back here.
when you were making your
well, I
speech.
have, I have my sleeves on and everything. And,
Yeah, right.
I got the stuff up my sleeve.
Yeah,
We got some stuff up here. No, check that's the magician there, you know.
And there's going to be a guest, a very special guest.
Yes.
Skang's going to bring up with him. So.
Ooh.
So it's going to be awesome.
So am I getting?
No names, no names.
Yeah.
No name.
Yeah, no,
But
no.
Skeng
But
is
am
going
I-
to bring on the artist, whoever that
Am I
guest is.
getting that there's going to be a special guest
Yes.
that is not advertised?
That's correct. That's what a special guest is.
That's
All right,
right.
there you go. All right. You know what? Listen. So, talk to us about the inclusion this year as it relates to multi-Grammy award-winning entertainer Tony Braxton being a part of the lineup, the headliner for this year's staging. How did that come about?
We've been working on Tony for like a couple of years.
Yeah.
And, she's had a pretty exciting life in her experience, her journey. And, with artists of that caliber that are really out there on the edge and have communicated and have so much love that comes to them globally.
Right.
Yes.
They're under a lot of pressure. So this was the year that it came. And maybe Babyface's performance the year before had something to do with it. Because
Yeah.
There's a link there. Yeah.
she was, a protege of his, and
Yes.
he wrote a lot of songs and hit songs for her. And who knows? Maybe they talked about this little island down here.
Yeah. So was it a case that was it a reach out from yourself, or is it that there's a conversation from them?
No, it all came from the team and myself.
From the team.
We've
Awesome.
been working on it for a couple of years.
For a couple of years. Okay, got you.
All right, here's a question I got to ask you now, Joe. Now, when you took over Reggae Sumfest a few years ago, there were no international acts on there. You would say our music, our festival. I see now an introduction of some acts coming in from overseas. Is it something that the market is wanting? Or is it that you just decided to start adding them again?
No, I think that the demand for international acts was always strong, and they want good ones. And the cost of it is it's semi-prohibitive.
Yep.
And you have to earn your stripes in order to be able to get talent that trusts you.
Trust your event.
Yes.
And being able to make them look good and be able to progress. And it's we're not really known. We're a little island here. Jamaica is, they have a lot of good things here. They're
very good.
in agriculture, and the girls are better than exceptional.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And they're a thriving country that's improving, and the people here in Jamaica is the best asset they have.
True.
And that's they all say they love Jamaicans and everything. So,
Right.
Yes.
there's all of that, and we're going to try to give her as much love as possible, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, let's speak a little bit on Vibes Cartel.
Yeah.
This is going to be his, first time performing in Montego Bay in over 13 plus years.
Yeah.
Because I remember the last Reggae Sumfest that he did in an all-white outfit and
Ralph Lauren.
Yes, he
Yes,
was.
sir.
Ones even remember the brand.
Yes, sir. Full Ralph Lauren.
Yes, that.
Yeah.
And I know the demand is high. He's touring the world. He's all over the place. He's doing concerts. Covering arenas and major stadiums and so on. This of course is his second performance in Jamaica, and possibly his first performance with other acts as it relates to being a part of the festival. What is that energy like for you? What is the feedback so far in terms of him? How is his vibe as it relates to coming forward to perform in Montego Bay?
Well, if you listen to his live lately, for the last week or two,
Yes.
he's talking to Jamaica. He had a 1 hour and a half to figure the stage out, like the day before the show.
Yes.
And that's all the rehearsal he had for his rehearsal before the show, and that's with a lot of dancers and a lot of ways of doing things. So what's great about dance hall and what's just superb about someone of the talent with vibes is that those guys they're free flowing, they're freestyling and they understand things, and his team is good with, TJ's a great producer and somebody that's been with him for a long time. The whole downtown team was there being very, very, we talked a lot, we rehearsed a lot at the office there area where we have. So, we're good, we're family.
Well, one of the things that I must commend Down Sound on, you were always talking about, we're a small island, but Down Sound is a big company in terms of reputation.
Yes.
And people trust what you've been doing because the work is there. Everybody sees the work that is there.
Absolutely.
And when you look at a production like Freedom Street, which was, Cartel's first big show out of prison, and that was a lobbying thing because a lot of people were wondering who is going to be able to deal with Cartel coming out because the anticipation of him was so high. You did a great production with Freedom Street, and now you're getting ready for Reggae Sumfest. Of course, he'll be there. And I can tell you, from what we're seeing and hearing on the street, the anticipation is ridiculously high for Cartel. In terms of him being so easy to work with, what are your feelings about him gracing the stage here? I mean, you're going to be having him here for the first time in a long time, 13 years, as you say. But you, as the promoter of the event, what's the feeling you have knowing that he's going to be on your stage?
With a guy like me, it's a big show. Everything we do at Reggae Sumfest is huge.
Right.
So there's so much detail that goes into get into the production and to be able to lift that bar like we do every year to the top.
Right.
And that's expensive.
It is.
And you have to know what you're doing. So I have some very good people that know what they're doing. And we're bringing some other people overseas to help out because they have the equipment, etc.
Right.
And we're teaching the youth that's coming up and even the people that are in the business how to do this stuff and how to raise the bar because we have to, compete with the best.
Yes.
That's what we do, compete with the best.
And you're feeling great about him coming. Exactly.
Absolutely. Let's talk about the best. You mentioned the best just now, and I must say, year after year, we sometimes try to navigate it in terms of how the team put together a lineup for each night as it relates to the list of entertainers. I'm seeing several names like Massacre, Tommy Lee, Skeng, Governor Jamal, Diani, Shanil Muir, Ladden, Harry Toddler, Young Wild Apache for night one as well as night two. Like I mentioned, Tony Braxton, we're talking about Taurus Riley, I Wayne, Protege, Lila IK, Bugle, Fountain Moja, Pressure Bus Pipe, and so many others. How does the team, handpick and navigate through the roster?
It kind of falls into place. Basically, we talked about a lot of people. For example, with Tony, we were working hard on it last year, and then we didn't get her.
Yes.
This time around, we were dealing with Damien and Steven, and we thought they were going to be the headliner. But they had a big thing that they're doing all over the world, so that didn't happen. We really thought that was going to happen.
Yes.
And we're working hard with Tony, and that took a long time. And trying to be cool about it, we prefer to get a headliner from the beginning, like with Cartel. We had him, the same time we did Freedom Street.
Right. So that in itself, I just want to interject here. That in itself, at the time of Freedom Street, was somewhat of a confirming for both his event and Sumfest.
Yeah, we like working together. Right.
Well, I tell you, Joe, can you run down the activities for this Sumfest in terms of the nights and what people can expect? Because I know that we see that there seems to be an additional night or two on there.
Yes.
So you can just run for the listeners out there who are listening and saying, okay, we know that there's a big major event down at Catherine Hall, but I know there's a bunch of other events that people probably want to go check out. So if you can run that by our listeners.
Useless. So,
He says his papers are useless.
all right.
Yeah.
So Monday the 13th is the Family Fun Day.
Yes.
And that's a family event, and the kids are there, and a lot of games and that kind of thing. There'll be a few entertainers there. They come and go. And then on Monday is the street dance.
Street dance, yes.
And I think we have some artists there. You might know who they are.
Right.
I can't remember. Who
I
they are.
think you may have Stock Ashley, I believe,
yeah,
and Valiant.
Valiant.
Yes.
Yeah,
Right,
and
there you
that's-
go.
And that's a big deal. And Stock is coming in from somewhere on the Midwest, flying in.
Yes.
To do the show,
And
yeah.
she's very excited about it. We've been looking at her for a couple of years.
Right.
And Valiant, we kind of broke him in the beginning, and
Yeah, he did a remarkable job last year as well.
True.
yeah, he was recovering from
Yeah,
last year.
yeah.
He's getting better. And,
Yeah.
Right.
and we gave him a shot again at it. And that's what we're trying to do with these pre-events is to open up the market to
Right.
younger talent that can perform and do good things. So when it
Right.
comes to like Tuesday, it's the all-white show,
Right.
and that's always a standard. It always does well. It always
Yes.
makes money, and the girls look great. The guys look great. It's a good vibe, good DJs and all of that. And then on Wednesday is
Blitz.
the Blitz.
Yeah.
And who's on the Blitz?
Blitz, there are several. I know you have several DJs and.
Yeah, besides them.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
we'll get that flyer and
But you know what I wanted to also, you're telling us these lineups in terms of what we love, Joe, is the venue. So let us say the Family Fun Day. Where is that going to be?
It's all at Catherine Hall.
Everything is
the
at Catherine Hall.
Stadium. Everything but all white, which is at Pier
Pier
1.
1. Okay.
And so that's
awesome.
a nice way, economy of style and all that kind of thing.
And,
And then on Thursday night is something new. Like what we did is we got Molly, and she's a big sensation right now, and I think her record keeps moving up.
Yes.
And then there's young Bretta that Marcy did a song with about 2 years ago, a couple songs with him in Trinidad, and we kind of wanted to look at that soca thing for Marcy a while.
Yeah.
And they did some things. They did some shows overseas, and he's coming back this time around. And then of course there's Tony Matahan.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
going to be keeping that Clash thing alive with Mad Gal Marie and somebody else.
That's going to be awesome as well.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's gonna be
We're
great.
trying to get
people to come and make it affordable, which is very important.
And then, of course, the main concerts, night 1 and 2.
You know, and what I'm just remembering, Courtney, is
Yes.
that this is the year that we're going to have Sumfest without Robert Russell.
Yes.
Yes. He was, I grew up
Very
with him.
instrumental. And
I grew up with him.
Speaking
Yeah.
of that, Bones,
Yeah.
usually this time of year, he's one such person that
Yeah.
I look forward to
He'll be here.
to meet
He's here.
and greet.
You're
I was
yes.
just talking to him a little
Yeah,
We're
while
talking
ago.
to, he's around the corner. I saw him.
Yeah,
Spiritual
he's here.
rooms, yes.
Where is Joe? Where's Joe? Where's Joe?
You know what I mean? So we think of him tonight.
Rest in peace, Big Russ.
Yeah.
Enough love.
Yeah, lots of love for him, and he's someone that really added a lot to Reggae Sumfest, and he's
The fixer, we
he
call him.
was one of the big directors there
Yes.
with us, and he really helped me a lot. And he was
Absolutely.
one of my
They
best
called him
friends.
the fixer. The fixer.
Well,
Anybody have a problem? He had somebody's number in his
He's
phone.
the fireman. is
Yeah,
what they
fire-
call him, the fireman.
The fireman.
And together, we saw you and Robert quite a number of places. I mean, like you said, I mean, you guys were definitely, with
We
each
saw
other.
a lot of bolt, victories around the world, and I got a chance to meet those guys that run the country and how they are, and see them differently because everybody's so passionate about Bolt winning.
Right.
And everybody's happy, when he wins, but when he doesn't happen, we all go to the same bar afterwards, and there's the table, and And there are people like, and I'm going, come on, man, like, stop that.
Stop out of it. Yeah.
You know,
Joe,
they're in the game. Let's go.
thank you so much for talking to us tonight, because we're going to be talking to some of the folks from Street Vibes.
Yeah,
Good,
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's always a pleasure to touch base. Once again, we're looking forward for a wonderful staging. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Wonderful staging for Reggae Sumfest for this year.
32nd year.
And you know, once again, we are here to definitely bring the information to our listeners as well.
Yes. Okay.
Thanks a lot, Joe.
Thank you, fellas. Good.
All right. All the best.
Straight
All-
vibes.
Yeah, man.
I
Straight
tell ya,
straight
you
vibes,
gotta
man. Right.
Straight
say
vibes.
that.
Right
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
All right.
So right now, like Joe mentioned earlier on, it's all about straight vibes, and we're going to be touching base with Mr. Andrew. Is it Andrew Ellis? Yeah, we're going to be touching base with Andrew right now, because he's going to be telling us, hey, how are you doing, Andrew? And it's all about,
Andrew,
straight vibes.
Andrew, where I say?
So Andrew, how things? Everything all right?
Everything good, man. Everything good.
All right. So you know, fresh on the block as it relates to you know, a new sponsor for Reggae Sumfest. I'm not surprised, and it's only fitting. Tell us, how does it feel to be a part of this year's staging?
Well, I mean, the reason you're not surprised is it's a family affair, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, the history is there. Just even coming as recent as last year, December, with Freedom Street, we've developed a relationship with Downstone that allows us to always create history, right?
Nice.
This one is no different, with Sumfest being what's anticipated to be the biggest one ever, right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of history behind that, and we're proud to have the opportunity through the relationship and other means to be a part of this staging. The energy is there, the power is there. Straight Vibes being a new rum on the market gives us a great opportunity to have a lot of persons who might not have tried the rum to have it. It's the official rum of the entire week.
Yeah.
All the lead-up activations and the festival nights will feature the rum, you know.
Nice.
So it's definitely something that we are excited about, and there's a lot of stuff that we're doing too. We're launching our summertime campaign, which
Right.
is the big thing around that is it's going to allow the consumers to have an opportunity to come and watch Vibes Cartel live through just winning different prizes, tickets, etc. So there's a lot of things that's going to be happening that we're excited about.
I'm very excited. Now, for the folks who are living under a rock,
Yes, sir.
I would love for you to tell our listeners the different rums from Vibes Cartel,
sure.
and why, and tell us the difference in each rum. Because some of them stronger than some.
Yeah.
Some mild, some
Right. So give us a breakdown of the rums.
So there's something in it for everybody, right? That's the general idea. So we have 4 flavors, you could call them that. We have our flagship, which is Fever, which is, by the way, all of the flavors are based off of songs, that are popular
Yes.
songs. That's
Right.
the first
Yes.
thing, right?
Right.
For who's living on the
Round the rock. And them
Yes.
did they, so I lift them up.
Yeah, so Fever is our flagship. It's our white overproof rum, and Jamaica is rum country. So
Yes.
the truth
Yes.
is, at a 63%, which is overproof, you find that it's the one that gravitates to our mostly with our taste profile,
Yeah,
right?
right.
People love a strong kick, right?
Yeah.
So we have Unstoppable, which is our red rum, which is a really good smooth taste. We have Electric, which is a white rum, but it's underproof, so it's not as strong as Fever.
Right.
It's 40% as opposed to 63%.
Right.
And then the last one, which is a very special one, is the Ramping Shop. So,
Right.
so once we tell you Ramping Shop, you already know where I'm going. So the idea of Ramping Shop, we call it an enhanced rum. So, so it's a red rum, but it has a little extra enhancement, right?
Yes,
that adds to the vibes. So those are the 4 flavors. Now we have them available in different sizes too, because let's say it's not one size fit all.
Right.
We have the 1 liter, we have the 750 ml, we have the 375 and the 170, which is our flask, right?
Yes.
Right, 'cause I was going to say to you, a lot of people hear the MLs and they say, what am I saying? So tell them no. So you have the flask.
Yeah, so you have flask,
Yeah.
you have big flask,
You have the big flask.
And then you have the
you have the quart.
Yeah.
Everybody used to the quart.
The quart,
You have the big buckle.
The big bucket. I
The
love
1
that.
liter. And all of them have different reasons why you would buy it. For example, a 1 liter bottle, you would buy that. Like if you leave in duty free and you're going with a big buckle, you have it as a souvenir, you pour it at home. If you're operating a restaurant, you would buy the 1 liter too. You get more pour. You know, if you
Absolutely.
sell it, you know,
Yeah.
so and then quart, if you're out and you're having a good time, it's a good thing to put on the table.
Yeah.
And if you just want a liquor vibes now, you just buy a flask.
Buy a flask,
Easy,
easy
right?
with- and easy with that.
yeah,
So
it's the idea.
you know, some I've tried, you know, possibly all of them, I believe. believe. Personally, love the fever.
Yeah, man.
Love the fever.
That seems to be a popular one.
It's my go-to. You understand? It's my
Okay.
go-to as it relates to straight vibes. You understand?
All right.
But most importantly, in recent times, I've seen where there's kind of like is it a fruit punch? Is it a mixed drink? What is it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So during the carnival season, we introduced our new variant, which is the fever punch.
Right.
So we actually did a launch of it during carnival, and people loved it, man. So we ran out of stock really quickly because
Wow.
the experiment went a lot better than we thought.
Yes.
So now we have a lot of products that's coming just to facilitate that need. You see a lot of activity. As a matter of fact, it would be a part of some of the activities with Sumfest too. The
Nice.
fever punch.
Nice.
It's a new product. So.
I'm looking forward to seeing that. But you know, one of the things, I'm just amazed at how the units move. I have a brethren who sells rum, right? And I said to him, what's going on? Why? He said, this Vibes Cartel rum does a sell off. He can't keep it on the shelves. And I'm assuming it's the celebrity of Vibes Cartel, apart from the quality of the rum itself. But I mean, him being affiliated,
Absolutely.
it is outselling some bigger brands, which really
I'll take your word for it.
tell you what we hear, right?
No, and you know what?
Yeah.
I second what Bones just said earlier on, because the truth is, there was a point when there are shelves that you saw it on,
Yeah.
and you say, oh, you know what? Oh, I can get it here. You come back the next day and it was out,
Clean.
and they're waiting to restock. So you can definitely see that, a lot of persons are moving forward to it, not only because of the fact that, Vibes Cartel is affiliated, but also because it's actually a great tasting rum.
So I would say, I mean, other than obviously the celebrity of Vibes Cartel
Right.
and the promotion and everything, that's a huge factor. But I think when we just launched it, we had our forecast, and we said, we think we're going to do this. I think we're going to do all right. But the truth is, it blew it out of the water in the first few months. The reason is, a lot of people tried it to see what it was.
Right.
There was a taste test in the sense that there was a rum before. Some liked it, some didn't.
Yeah.
But
Right.
it had a different taste profile and quality.
Right.
This one, when they tried it, there was a normal wait. There's something about this rum which is at a higher quality than what they're used to.
Right.
And we're just being honest. And then what happened with that is that it's at a very affordable price point. So if you're getting quality rum at such a affordable price point, it's almost like a no-brainer for a lot of people. So
It's a hit.
Yeah.
It's a hit to the market.
Yeah,
We just want to give kudos to you.
Yes, and
in
the
terms
entire
of
team
the
as well.
entire team.
Entire team, of course.
So this is a partnership with Angostura
Angostura from Trinidad.
from
yeah.
Trinidad. So
CPJ.
I was going to ask who's the distributor here. So it says CPJ.
Yeah.
We were looking. Hey, thank you so much for talking to us about the street vibes though at Sumfest.
Straight vibes, sir.
Straight vibes.
Yes, sir.
Talk to us about deals and so on.
Yeah, so we have a summertime campaign that's coming now, which is going to be our push around all channels that we work in. So in the restaurants, in the bars, in the supermarkets, there's a lot of summer activities where people can win big prizes, small prizes.
Right.
One of the main prizes is a trip for two to Montego Bay to watch Vibes Cartel and all the artists on Sumfest.
Nice.
Awesome.
Fully catered to.
Right through.
Right through. So that's a big thing. We have many other prizes, but that's the one I'd highlight today on this interview.
So specials, in terms of specials and so on, I mean, I'm sure patrons who are in attendance will be able to get some fine deals as it relates to the product.
Absolutely. It's going to be one of the most accessible products on the week of activities.
Listen.
And not
Sounded good.
only at the events, but all the participating stores and restaurants before you get some benefits.
We're looking forward.
Thank you so much. Of course, it's a pleasure to touch base with the entire team over there at Straight Vibes.
Straight Vibes.
Yeah, man. And, we wish you all the best as well.
No man, you have to wish them. Them are the best.
No, but still, I wish them more blessings.
You want even more, not true?
Yeah, man.
More vibes.
It might just pass and just say, see a Straight Vibes.
Yes, you're going to have to might in what do it.
Thank you, Joseph.
Yes, that
Respect,
all right,
sir.
thank you so much.
Yeah, man. No
Yeah,
problem.
man. Blessings every time.
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
you heard it. I mean, so much things happening, Bones, as it relates
Yeah,
to
man. Andrew Ellis there. Talking to us.
talking to us. I mean, all the sponsors, and right now, of course, we're gonna be touching base with
Donovan White.
a very important person right now,
He is the director.
Director of Tourism, Mr. Donovan White.
I look at him shirt. It's white.
Blessings to you, sir.
Donovan, welcome, sir. Nice to have you.
How are you doing, Bones?
I'm good, my brother. Why a long time? Why are you looking extra rich?
Oh, Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Jesus.
You let the man know, them know you're coming with it today.
But if we don't promote poor.
Yeah, which is right.
So Donovan, I mean, this question almost becomes cliche, but tell us the involvement and the marriage with Reggae Sumfest, and
basically in terms of how the partnership
Yes.
is as it relates to year after year we
Right.
see where the Jamaica Tourist Board is always playing a huge role as it relates to the festival. Like Bone said, I mean, we know what's going to happen as it relates to this partnership, but of course I want you to tell us what is it like and what is different this year, or is it that is just an abundance of more things?
Yeah, when you've been in the same house
Yes.
together for 32 years,
Yes.
it's gone past being a partnership.
Family.
It's a family.
It's a family.
It's a family. And there's been many offsprings in that family as well.
yeah.
And many evolutions and evolving and growth. And we're proud of it. We're
Yeah.
proud of what Reggae Sumfest means to our culture. I said it earlier inside that it's more than a date on the calendar now.
Right.
It's Jamaica's cultural North Star.
Wow.
And think about what that means when I say it's a North Star. It's
Yeah.
where you look for inspiration.
Right.
And if you think about it, I can't think of another event like this
Yeah.
in Jamaica or anywhere else for that matter, probably outside of Europe during the summer months,
Right.
that can compete to what Reggae Sumfest brings. And it's not just about the stage and the performers, it's about the people, the food, the fact that you have the rest of Jamaica converging on
Right.
Montego Bay, but you also have the rest of the world converging on Montego Bay.
Absolutely.
I looked at the stats earlier this week, and it works out that about 43% of all the arrivals into Montego Bay last year at Sumfest
Yes.
were people who came for Sumfest.
Wow.
And when we work the math, they spent in excess of $25 million during that week.
Wow.
Think of what that does in a city like Montego Bay, and what that
Injection of
means for the
resources.
economy
Yeah.
and the people who live in Montego Bay, the people who do business in Montego Bay, the people who are on the periphery.
Yeah.
Because it's not just in Montego Bay.
Yes.
It's the people just outside in Trelawney, the people
Right.
just outside in Hanover and the Grill.
Right.
So it's the kind of event that is transformative and that has been transformative. We're very proud to be in this partnership.
Yeah.
And as I said to Joe earlier, what he has done since taking the reins of Sumfest to harden the culture and to deepen the purposefulness of
Right.
reggae and dancehall is inspirational, because what it has done, it has almost refocused
Yeah.
our popular culture.
Got you.
Back to us.
And now when you look at what our popular culture is doing in the United States, in Canada, in Europe, with the likes of Vibes Cartel and Buju Banton and Beenie Man and Baby Sham and Bounty Killer, they have gotten a new lease on life, and it's like the world never knew them.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
It's like this world didn't know them.
Yeah, what I want to ask you, I mean, I've been to different parts of the world and seeing where the Jamaica Tourist Board plays a huge role into bringing persons globally and marketing this festival. I mean, and I see where year after year, there's always possibly a new way to market Grand Jamaica. How does the JTB move forward into even going further than the year before?
Well, it's about research, and it's about understanding what people are looking for. Across the world, people travel for their passions.
Yep.
They travel for food, they travel for entertainment, they travel for culture,
Yep.
they travel for shopping, they travel for adventure, they travel for wellness. So there are some very specific pillars or verticals
Right.
that people travel for. So you meaning we, have to look at those verticals and say, okay, what are we good at?
Right.
What are we able to maximize our returns from?
Yes.
Because it can't be all things to all people.
Right.
And so people always ask me, so why we don't do this, or why we don't do that, or why we don't do this? We might not, because it might not be the time yet to do it.
Got you. Got you.
And so you do the things that you are good at, you do the things that you are good, you are able to be excellent at when you bring people here, your product.
Yeah.
And you drive your investment in the same direction. And then you continue to pivot as you grow. And as you grow, you find new niches, new market sizes,
Right.
new marketplaces,
Yes.
and you pivot into those marketplaces and filter your product into it. So there's a strategic approach to it, and we are. I mean, the team, I have 191 people
Wow.
spread across the world.
Wow, awesome.
We operate offices in London, Berlin, Miami, Toronto, obviously Jamaica. But we also have companies that represent us
Right.
as offices in Japan, in India, in Latin America,
Wow.
in the Middle East. And so the team is a multicultural, multifaceted
Yeah.
professional team that allows me to be extremely strategic in envisioning with obviously the policy of the ministry,
Yeah.
what we want to do, where we want to go, how we want to get there. And then, events like Reggae Sumfest, as I say, sit as a permanent pillar
Right.
on our calendar of things to do in Jamaica every single year. And we're going to continue to find new ways to evolve this
Yeah.
family between us and Reggae Sumfest.
It's the
Well
pivot.
said.
It's all about the pivot.
Well said.
Absolutely.
As a man who has access to literally every hotel or everything that is tourism affiliated, where do you vacation?
That's an interesting question. It's funny you ask that question, and I'm going to answer it very, 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 very real.
Yeah.
My job takes me all over the world.
Yes.
Personally, I think last count, I have probably traveled to over 105 countries.
Wow.
For work, that is.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Good work. For me, though, a vacation is about turning it off, shutting down,
Right.
and just unlocking mentally. And I do that best in Jamaica. And
Simple.
And so for me, a vacation for me is to, probably get a villa or something in Port Antonio,
Yeah.
or in Negril,
And
or in
disconnect.
St. Elizabeth, and just disappear for 5 or 7 days.
Wow.
And usually with my kids. Because they are my joy, they are my
Yes.
they are my unwind.
Yes,
They're-
that's
right.
the source
And of course, they're adult people now, so the
right.
conversations we have are adult conversations, which makes it even easier. So to answer your question, I always try to find something to do in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if I choose to go somewhere, it has to be me going somewhere that I've not been before.
So it is definitely true to say that no one better than you.
No way better than that. Absolutely.
So, White, thank you so much for talking to us.
Absolutely.
And we
Anytime.
wish you all the best.
And I look forward to seeing you at Sumfest.
We'll be there now, but
Yeah,
we'll
man,
only give you a
definitely.
little villa in because we want disconnect.
For what, 5 days?
No, man, a week.
Thank you so much as always.
No, man, thank you so much,
And
sir,
continue to put in the hard work
Good
as
guys.
usual.
Keep up the good work.
All right, we're
Yeah,
going to
man.
take a break.
Yep.
We soon forward.
Stick and stay.
Carb Sales, #1 for home and hardware. Call us at 876-954-2220 or visit us at Main Street in Duncan Streloni.
The time is
The time is now 9:34. If you're just joining us, it is the EBUZZ. We're coming to you live
from the IBUZZ Star, and it's all about the media launch for Reggae Sumfest 2025.
You know, the brother that's with us right now, very happy to see him, my brethren. I can only say, for the folks who don't know, his real name is O'Keefe, and he's here with us, but you know him as Laden.
I can't tell you the next name what him know him as.
Yeah.
Senti King.
Yes! Senti King.
Senti King.
Senti King. Who regard them dance and sing.
Yeah, Latin, walk one.
Walk the brethren.
One of the two brethren.
Yes, see that. Bless
It's always a
that.
pleasure, you know, when we link up with Irie. Always.
Always. So, Laden, you have had a career of great music, great hits. You were out of the scene for a little bit, but when you're here now, you're back on the scene.
Yeah.
Tell us what people can expect. Are you going to be on Sumfest this year, or are you going to be passing through?
Most definitely, I am performing at Sumfest.
What night can they see you?
Dance all night.
My goodness, people who have not seen. How long have you not performed?
No, hold on. I was about, before you even answer that, I was about to say, remember now, we mentioned earlier on that Cartel didn't perform at Sumfest for over 13 years, right?
Right.
So I'm getting some intel,
Yeah.
Laden, that you are also
13 years.
13 years.
Exactly. Last time
That's what I was
Cartel
asking.
performed on Sumfest, that was the last time for me also.
Oh, it's the same time.
Yeah.
see that?
Oh, you see that?
You see that?
Wow.
Yes, that.
Wow. So big anticipation.
Well, it is. Trust me. Tremendous vibe I go on, isn't it? 'Cause
Without giving away too much,
Yeah.
what can your fans expect?
solid performance from Laden. It's been a while when I hit the main stage like Sumfest.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm readily prepared for it. I'm going to deliver. I'm telling you, I just want God to keep me in the best of health.
Yeah.
You understand? And trust me,
Everything is going to be good.
I'm telling you.
So we just got the opportunity to hear that you were performing just now.
Right.
Yeah, at the launch inside, brought on Bugle on stage.
But we are out here.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I wanted to see that.
Yeah, man, you know, the whole team down sound suggested that Laden should sing a few songs and remind people.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Give them a tip of what's to come.
Yeah, man, awesome.
We're looking
man.
forward to that. In terms of music, tell us a little bit about some of the new music that you have coming out and, what's
Yeah.
new with you?
In terms of music, I'm always at it doing stuff, which is music.
Yes.
I have this new song out right now. I think it's doing well. Yeah,
Which
I
one
see
is
the real boss is endorsing it. So if I know you, the great Cartel endorse your music, like,
No.
I post it every day on the story.
Yes.
Uno dos stress.
Uno dos stress.
Yes.
All right.
That is a solid song from me. So, man, I like Bones go and rotate it on the station. It's a bit, trust me, it's officially out on the platforms. I have a video for it also.
Nice.
Yes, Uno dos stress.
So apart from Uno Dos Stress, we're talking about album, EP, anything like that?
Yeah, say, to be honest with you, I already complete a album, but I didn't like some of the mix, so
Okay, so you gotta fix it.
we're remix some of the songs on the album.
Okay.
But I already complete a solid compilation when I'm going to release to the world, and them need for look out.
We'll have you on the
Put pain
buzz. We'll
and
have you on the buzz to
emotions.
talk about it.
Yeah.
You're on buzz now, but we'll have an official one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you mentioned the album. I mean, is it that is it the same project that has production works from Steve the Genius? Because I know you touched base with Steve again and did some stuff.
Honestly, nah.
Not this one.
Not
But
this
we
one.
have some unreleased
I have
stuff.
this new single with the Genius because
Yeah.
it's been a while since I don't
Work with him like that.
yeah, because he's away, I was away. You know my story.
Yeah.
We hook up the other day in the studio at Big Ship, and we come up with this great song. Trust me,
Nice.
the world need to look out for it. You know the chemistry with me and the
Yeah,
Genius.
how was that? I was about to ask you that. How was the chemistry when you? Because I know you guys,
It's-
did wonderful works in the past.
Words can't even explain me and Steven works.
Right.
Because I'm living from the music that Steven produced from back then.
Absolutely.
Till now, right
Right.
now. So
Yeah. Right.
trust me, and he's on his game, top farm right now. I'm out, I'm fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Evans up there, isn't it? So
Yeah, man. Trust me, look out for it.
I'm looking
telling
forward.
Yeah.
Be looking forward to
So
seeing.
we're anticipating the album when you finish all of the mixes, and we're also anticipating this single as well as, we're talking about Under
Exactly.
Stress.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Lad, we wish you all the best, and we're looking forward to your
Irie,
performance.
anytime.
No, well, lad,
Bones.
you have to give us some.
When it's gonna be my time to shine, Irie, I say my time.
No, sir.
Yo, Bones, it's gonna be my time to shine. Quote me, yeah, it's gonna be, yeah, a little sharp away. Lyrics and flow, I circle the city. Irie, I say I'm full of words.
Sure. All right, same to keep Latin.
Big up yourself, Latin. Dan.
Yes,
Brethren, man. Brethren, long time. Big up yourself, Latin. Always had a unique style. Always loving his flow.
Yeah, man, great artist, you know what I mean? And of course, it's always a wonderful vibe when we connect, you know what I mean? And he's going to be on Reggae Sumfest, yes. So right now, guess what? We're still talking to some of our sponsors.
Pepsi.
And we see the Pepsi ladies pulling
Jobeth
closer,
Wood.
you know what I mean? Jobeth Wood. And of course, she's going to be talking to us right now.
Jobeth look like her foot and hurt her kind of music.
Good, well,
She enjoy herself.
Well, all right, so she get the headphones
Yeah,
and
man. She
everything.
enjoy
all right.
herself.
Good
Jobeth, how you
evening.
do?
Welcome to the microphones, Via FM.
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm awesome. I
And
mean,
actually put the mic up right.
Okay,
awesome.
okay, cool.
Yes.
Jobeth, you look like you've been very, very busy tonight.
You can't say that.
Yeah, man.
That's
But-
not why I'm happing though.
No, I figured that.
Okay.
We figured it works still, to tell you the truth. So, Jobeth, tell us a little bit about the marriage between Pepsi and Sumfest. How are you involved with Sumfest this year?
Okay, well, Pepsi usually sponsors Sumfest yearly.
Right.
And so, it was just the right thing to come on again this year, 2025.
Quite so.
And you can just expect big things from us. We'll have 2 new campaigns rolling out.
Yeah.
The
Tell us.
anti-campaign by Ocean Spray,
Yes.
Right.
Anti-Club, and then the flavor is on by Pepsi. So I can't give you too much information about it.
Yet.
But yet.
Yeah.
But you can just look out for big things, for sure.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, man.
all right, tell us about the deals. I mean, in terms of persons coming and saying, hey, you know what, I need to get some Pepsi and all these things. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be like a package deal or whatever it is. There's something special for the patrons.
Okay, so Tashna Grant,
Yeah,
the
she's-
key account manager, definitely can talk
All right,
about
cool.
that.
So we're gonna be talking to her as it relates to, So she's probably gonna need the headphone.
Right.
So I was asking earlier on.
we got one
I was
there,
asking
yeah.
earlier on regarding to the deals that patrons can get in terms of Pepsi when they come to Reggae Sumfest for this year's staging. I mean, what is the offerings? I mean, all these different things.
All right, well, you'll have to stay tuned to hear about the partners that we're coming up with. We're going to give...
No, go ahead.
So, yes, we're going to have to come back to that later. We have some partners that we're going to partner with to provide tickets.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got
So
you.
we'll release that in the media in coming soon. We're going to have some partnerships where you can go and maybe buy a meal and get a chance to win some Fest tickets.
Awesome, right.
Yes.
So definitely we can say that, I mean, for persons who are coming and, once you see the Sumfest team and the Pepsi team,
Yes.
there's going to be some form of marriage and it's going to be amazing.
Yes, and we're going to have a very interactive booth at Sumfest
Right.
all 7 days.
As usual.
As usual.
Regular
So you
trips,
can come
regular
and
trips.
expect excitement and new cocktails and, Ocean Spray is the #1 mixer.
Right,
So,
right.
Right? So
Yeah,
we
man.
have
So
to
you,
be there.
you mix your Ocean Spray with the mix with whatever you're drinking. You also get your Pepsi with whatever you're drinking as well.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so you
Hey,
don't know.
we're looking forward to this because I know one thing with Pepsi, they know how to sell ice to an Eskimo.
For sure.
No,
Yeah,
big
but-
up the Pepsi team.
They got the Pepsi team, but when you people market,
Yeah.
you market.
Yes.
Come right out.
Yeah.
So is it that you're going to be having setups all around the venue in terms of where people can access the Pepsi, just a regular bar, and then you have your booths and...
Well, we're having that huge booth on nights 1 and 2. That's the main booth, the two-tier booth.
Right.
And then we'll have a bar in VIP and a bar in general.
Awesome,
Yeah,
awesome.
Man, yeah, man.
So you're covered.
Yeah, man. So
Covered.
Ocean
Right,
Spring
right,
will be
true.
VIP
So you'll-
and then Pepsi will be in general, the general area.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
man. So we're covered for sure.
Let me ask you, I mean, you both see the fabulous lineup, right? So, I mean, I'm just going to ask each of you, who you're looking forward to see at this year Reggae Sumfest.
I think you already know who we're looking for.
No, I want you to say
Who
it.
is it?
I want you to say it.
Don't.
Okay, I'll whisper it.
No, tell me.
I want everybody here.
Cartel, of course.
Cartel.
Of course.
All right.
Of course.
What say you?
Same for me.
Cartel as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan.
Why did it feel like somebody was going to say Tony?
Tony. Blocks? All right.
You know what I like about it, boys?
Honest?
No man, no. Dance halls. Dance hall.
Reggae.
Jamaican culture.
Dance hall.
Everything is
Tell you
Jamaican.
something,
Yes.
had they brought back Babyface
Yeah,
this
you'd
year,
love that.
I love him.
Yeah.
No, he was really good last year. He was
Excellent.
excellent.
No, so hold on. So you're saying Babyface was so good last year that you don't want to see him this year?
I want to see him again too.
Yes.
And Taurus Riley.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Taurus for sure is
Even
here.
I had Romaine Berger, I like him.
Yeah,
man, Romaine
cool. Yeah, man, Romaine. Anyway, Romaine,
Yeah,
you know
man,
the thing,
yeah,
right? You
man,
never
yeah,
know.
man.
Romaine is
Shut
also
down there,
no stranger to Reggae Sumfest, so you know what I mean? Who knows? You know what I mean?
Awesome performer, and he has some great music.
Right.
Yeah.
But Cartel, 13 years he hasn't performed, so
Yeah.
in Montego Bay.
And
So
I never got to go to
Yes.
his concert that he
So you
had,
know
so
you're going to see what's happening.
Did it?
Yeah?
I think what you need to do is get a cold Pepsi
Yeah.
or a cold cranberry or whatever you like.
Ocean spray, yeah?
Ocean spray,
Yeah,
and cut your tin.
cheese with whatever, you know what I mean?
If you go drink it straight, no problem. Or if you can do it with straight vibes, no problem.
There you go, there you go.
There
Because,
you
you know,
go.
we have other partners as well.
Yeah,
other
man,
partners.
yeah, man, for sure.
But
Right.
ladies, it's indeed a pleasure to talk to you. And we definitely, Bones, we're definitely going to check out the Pepsi booth.
We'll be there.
And, yeah, we're definitely going to be
Yellow
there.
feet to one.
Yes, we'll be there. We'll be
Looking for you
there.
as well.
Men know they're fret about you now.
You sure?
faces,
No,
both in your
no,
faces.
you sure?
Yeah.
Sure.
There's a look for you.
All right.
Tasha, take them picture, take them picture.
You know, you see that out?
They'll
See
put
that
it
out?
on most wanted list.
Yes, that. But it's such a joy, like I said, I mean, you know, to talk to you ladies. And
Thank
of
you,
course,
ladies.
you know, big up to the team at Pepsi,
Yeah,
big up,
man,
of
for
course,
sure.
to the team
Appreciate
at
it.
Ocean Spray as well. And, you know, awesome vibe, and we love the marriage.
I appreciate it.
Blessings.
Nice
Enough love to
meeting you
Pepsi.
guys.
Blessings.
Take
everything.
care.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for having us.
All right.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Once again, we must remind all the persons who are locked in, of course, you can visit our social media pages and to see exactly what's happening as it relates to what is taking place at the Sumfest Media Launch. And when we say social media spaces and pages, we're talking about IG, and of course, it's all about IRFM Official on Instagram, and X at IRE_FM. If you're on X, TikTok, it's at IRFM 107, and of course, on Facebook is at IRFM. You know what I mean? So make sure you see all the different happenings that's taking place on the social media, all the pictures and the visuals and all these things on the socials as we speak. You know what I mean? But guess what? Right now we're going to be talking to one of the acts all set and ready for this year's staging of Reggae Sumfest. And, you know, of course, he's no stranger to the microphones
Definitely
of IRFM. Always representing, always putting out some really great projects, really great singles. And, of course, when you talk about performance, is a man who always just connect with the audience.
And here's the thing what I always say about this Bridget.
Tell me.
One of the most prolific writers, songwriters.
Hands down.
No.
Bugle say I hype him up.
No,
but really and truly.
Really and truly.
No, really and truly, Bugle. I'm here to say everything what we say
That's true.
is factual.
So let's work with
It's factual.
Bugle.
Blessings every
friend.
time.
What you do, brother?
Blessings. Cool, but
Escobar, what happened to you?
Escobar, what Escobar?
The man saying it's bad musically. Come and say, you know, you have the name of a bad man in him, sir. Musically.
No, man, musically, no, Escobar, not the boy, not even.
I'm a Bridget, that man.
understand?
Escobar.
The thing.
The man future so bright, him and we're dark as in the night.
All right. So guess what now? So we're going to go to Escobar.
Yeah.
We're talking to Bugle first, right? Bugle, you know, another year, Reggae Sumfest, major staging. I mean, you're no stranger to the stage. You know, what can persons, you know, expect for your performance for this year's staging?
Well, the only thing me can do is deliver my music.
Yes.
You know, my catalog of hit songs.
Yes.
I may have to sing them. Nobody else can sing
That
them.
is it.
So true.
So I have to just focus on delivering the song like how I deliver in the studio.
Love
Make
that.
sure say, the deeper place that where the music have come from.
Yes.
When I'm up on the stage, I can do it the way that so the people can feel it and know say, this is not a joke thing. Because
Yes.
if you blame life, you have to blame who give it down.
Absolutely.
Some people stop by obstacles, my journeys continue.
That's right.
Then we still exercise and we don't fit all the
right,
days.
you.
Yeah, so I may have to deliver them music that
Yes,
to the
sir.
people and just know say, and my songs and it's an accomplishment to be on Reggae Sumfest after 10 years and not just on Reggae Sumfest but on the international night as well.
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
So that show growth, that show accomplishment, that show say, youth, all of the work you've been put in, them not fall on deaf ears, them not under the carpet.
It never fell on deaf ears. You know, one of the things, Bugle, is that you have always been there as a, you know, you're like a quiet storm You're right there creating the effect. And people may say, me know Bugle, but what an effect that brother has on the industry. Sure. And you know, it will never stop. And I think as time progresses, you're going to see how powerful your music is. And you're going to see the influence and the impact that you've been creating worldwide.
May I see it no more than ever.
Yes, sir.
So what you say, you're correct.
It's
as
so
the days
obvious.
goes by, may I see it more, may I experience it more.
I'm only one of the best for you.
People who stop me nowadays and talk to me about music is some people who we would have referred to as kakati.
Yes.
So it's a great feeling for knowing, so, you know, we have such impact on the society and our world.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man, it's really good.
You
Really
mentioned something earlier on as it relates to performing on night 2. You also mentioned the fact that, I mean, of course, it's what, over 10 years since you performed on Reggae Sumfest? All right, so I know that, you know, performing on a Reggae Sumfest, in particularly night 2, you'll have the opportunity to really just give all of the listeners and all the patrons your catalog in terms of comfortably being on stage. Shouldn't be worried about timing or any of that factor while in Jamaica. How does that feel?
Great. That's something I complain about all the time.
Yes.
You do your rehearsal, you rehearse your 30 minute set, and when you reach the show,
10 minutes.
the stage manager will tell us you only have 10 minutes. And this is a rehearsal show, it's not a track show.
Exactly.
So how do I go to the band and tell them cut out 15 minutes out of 25?
Exactly.
So
and which song do I take out and all these?
Affect your meds too, you know, it affect your meds.
Yeah, because it's a presentation.
Yeah, and you miss
and
the
put yourself
presentation.
in this, you rehearse this, you work toward, you know, delivering these particular songs.
Absolutely.
So of course it's a good feeling for no say, you know, finally I got up on a stage in a Jamaica where you know I go rush or your time now I go cut. And
and it's a good night to perform too.
It's a great night to perform.
Because I know the acts usually is a little bit more for night 1. So night 2 it's a little bit more of a space where you can actually comfortable, you know, work your set. You know what I mean?
I am looking forward to the entire presentation. But Bugle, I saw Bugle at another show earlier this year.
Yes.
And remember me tell you, work. We were both covering that show.
Yeah, man, we were.
Work. So we show talk now, another show, we show him another show.
We out of respect.
Another show.
Listen, every show we perform, you know, all right, that's why him get so passionate when a stage manager tell him say 5 or 10 minutes, you know. But before you go to Bugle, we have to talk about the collaboration. You and Escobar have a song.
Yes, sir.
You understand? And Escobar is no stranger to the music, no stranger to Sumfest as well. Escobar, come in now because we are going to talk about pull up. Yeah, man, tell about Escobar.
Tell us another time club. Pull up.
As a matter of fact, I don't know if we can hear a little piece of the song while we're live on here. You understand? I don't.
Oh, dance our sweet song. Pull up! No, remember say, what's our voice too big for them?
So how the collaboration come about? How did it happen?
No, on a serious note, Bugle, honestly, Bugle, I'm a musical godfather.
See there?
See there?
No one then, we just drive over Bugle, we live uptown. Like 5-7 minutes from Bugle, so no one then drive go up there. We just go all our energy. And things. And on a specific night, I drive go up there. I don't know how I drive go up there, no, I lie. But then there's somewhere at end zone, like when my brother them do some networking and them things.
Right.
Somebody call him on the phone and I say, yo, I want to see her, you know. Yo, I want to see her, so. Knowing me and knowing Bugle is a no-nonsense person.
Yeah.
Accuracy, straight. When as him say, when they run him as a class, education a class, they say, so once Bugle will point and say, yo, I want to see you. You understand?
You know that movement and normal.
I'm on a regular beckoning this. You see me, so. Anyway, to the traffic ease up, I'll drive go up there. From a park, me hear one beat, through the gate. So I'm going over there, man. They hear the beat, but they don't know if I agree with them over there, I will reason and them things. So I turn up on the music and then once me hear the song, bro, I just say, Bobo, call him, tell him give me a track. No.
Just like that.
Go around there and just hit that less than 15 minutes.
Wow.
No joke.
Love that.
I mean, right now, the song are going great.
Yeah, I was about to ask you the feedback now in the streets and all
just
over.
Message me from Zimbabwe.
Wow.
If you go up on my Instagram now, the song like a tear of Africa.
Yeah.
And it's out on all digital platforms.
All digital platforms.
Okay.
So we had a chance to shoot the video in Sherlock.
Yeah.
Understand? On a Sunday evening, and they don't know the community come out, the dancer them come out. the producer was there, Kevin, you see me? So we get the support from the streets, the dancer, the community themselves, you see me? Even the police them.
Right,
nice. Make sure so everything's good, you see me? No back, no grab, no lock, no pick, no phone, no grab, you see me? But it's a great project, and trust me, it's another notch for me as Escobar, you see me? Doing another collab with another great person as Bugle, you see me? I said, you know, emphasize on them catalog. So for me, if you can know somebody on a project with Bugle, it's an honor for me, and really feel grateful, you see me?
Yeah. Any other, you know, of course, you know, you're always a part of the Sumfest and movings and being a selector and doing all the. You're a part of it for this year, right?
Yeah, man.
So which one of the parties you're gonna be?
Because of me being fully booked.
Yes.
We only catch one night.
Yes.
So I got the street night.
All right.
You understand? Even the night when Bugle perform, July 19th, but now I got there, Philadelphia.
Yeah. No, what do you work after?
You don't know.
So you yeah, you da Philip go and promote, and I do the do, and I work, and Bugle them up here, I work and I do things same way.
Separate and apart from that, I go perform the song before I got it the same way.
See that, right, that's all right.
I'm doing it the same way, man.
Bugle, before you go, I mean, you know, anything you want to tell Radio Land, I mean, in terms of the space, I mean, the new singles, and, you know, we mentioned one with Escobar just now, but anything that you want to highlight?
Of course, there's so much things to highlight right now. On the same note of pull-up song, we really want to big up some people who continuously support and promote this song.
Okay.
The dancer them.
Yes.
Talk about Energy, Pataskank, Shakespeare, Kiva, Expensive, Lookalike, and the whole of the youth them just embrace the music and represent dancehall music 24 hours a day, every day.
Yes.
And of course, Apex album that I put out last year.
Awesome album, awesome project. Congratulations on that.
Give thanks.
Yeah,
you know, we're nominated on the Caribbean Music Awards in four different categories.
Love that.
Nice.
Song of the year, collaboration of the year, album of the year, video of the year.
Yeah.
Which this thank you lots with Buju Banton and Junior Gang just
big song.
Just keep on growing and growing and
big
growing.
Big song.
You want to tell the ones and so you can go online and check out Caribbean Music Award and vote, because the people always as a Bugle, they don't give you flowers. Well, here is the opportunity for you to contribute to me getting my flowers by voting.
Right. Absolutely.
So I'm gonna go vote for me, man. I make my win something, man.
Exactly.
Them deserve.
Oh, you're man.
Bugle, respect.
Every time.
Escobar.
All the blessings, Escobar, bless up yourself too, you know. You understand? Blessings, well them, man.
All right, so we want to let you know that DJ
Easy tall boss, bless up yourself.
We also want to let you know that DJ Collision is going to be playing at the Family Fun Day.
Yeah, man, and he's here for sure, you know what I mean? Always representing. So big up to DJ Collision. We're going to be at the Family Fun Day.
Family Fun Day,
Yeah, you know what I mean? So you know the thing, of course. And we're going to be talking to our sponsor, another sponsor, UDC, Kimberly McLeod.
Kimberly McLeod, how are you?
How are you? She's sorting out things and making sure everything is good to go. This is your microphone.
Thank you.
How are you doing, Kimberly?
I'm great. I'm happy to be here.
I want to welcome you to the microphone of IRFM.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about the marriage between Reggae Sumfest and the UDC. How are you involved this year?
Okay, so the UDC is one of the main sponsors of Reggae Sumfest. So, you know, we own and operate Catherine Hall.
Right.
And that is the venue for Reggae Sumfest. So that is the relationship between UDC and Reggae Sumfest.
And that's the sponsorship.
Yes.
Right,
that's the sponsorship that we want.
Right, so, right.
Yes.
How many, I mean, you know, well, you know, every year that we go to the Catherine Hall, I mean, it's always on a level in which, you know, there's always a preparation stage in terms of preparing the venue, and, you know, how does the UDC put that together to make sure that all the, especially night 1 and 2, well, most of the events are going to be there for this year's staging. I mean, how does the preparation go for the venue?
So the relationship we have is that we make the venue available to the organizers of the event, so they can do exactly what they want. So our job is to make it available to them for a certain time period, and sometimes that is 76 days, 40 days, depending on how much preparation time they require. So what we do is we just say, here it is, you are able to go and begin your preparation, because we know that there is a certain plan that they have in mind, and they know how to set up the venue the best way they need.
Wow. Nice sponsorship, that's it.
Absolutely.
I think so.
And you've been doing this all the time?
All the time.
Because I know there's sometimes they booked the venue outright. And but from the outset, were you on board with them in terms of as sponsors?
We've always been on board in terms of sponsoring the carriage of Reggae Sumfest, and it's something that we're very excited about. I mean, this is the greatest reggae show on earth, and it is something that we're very proud to be associated with.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for talking to us, and thank you to the UDC.
Yes, and we're looking forward to use the venue again and
again and again
and again.
This feels like a public good, so I'm sure it will be for future use.
It's not a feel like it is.
Right, exactly.
I want to talk to Collection real quick.
So big up the entire UDC team, and of course, we definitely will touch base again.
Yes, of course. Thank you so much. I look forward to it. And I look forward to more conversations on the night of Reggae Sumfest.
Oh, definitely. Of course. On your venue.
There you go. Right here. On your grounds.
On your grounds.
All right. So like you said, DJ Bones, of course, we have DJ Collision.
Just before we go.
You know what I mean?
Rich.
Always represented in fine form. But guess what? This year, he's going to be performing at the Family Fun Day. So Collision, talk to the listeners. I mean, tell them what they can expect when they forward at Reggae Sumfest this year.
Well, nothing but niceness, We want to employ the parents to bring out the kids, It's going to be
early too.
A fun-filled day. Lots of prizes, lots of surprises, giveaways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Myself and Lollipop. Lollipop
will be there as well. And by the way, big up to Lollipop. He should be in studio.
Yeah.
So big up to Lollipop, you understand?
Yeah, man. So IFM will be out in full force for the Family Fun Day.
Is it, do you know the starting time?
Well,
your time?
I should assume we're going to start from like 9 o'clock in the morning.
Right. Okay.
Straight
All right.
back till the afternoon.
Nice.
We're looking forward to seeing you play.
And it's going to be great. And I'm sure you have something put together properly.
Yeah, man. We have to represent, And we have to keep it clean for the kids and stuff. You know what I mean?
Which is right.
The family, because Reggae Sumfest is a family event. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, man.
And as an Irie DJ, you don't have that cover.
Yeah, man. The clean music them there already, man.
All the time.
All right, Collision. Thank you so much.
We are out of time.
Yes, we are.
Thanks, Collision. We want to say thanks to everyone who made the buzz possible tonight, and of course, all our guests. We want to say thanks to Joseph Bogdanovich and His Worship the Mayor, and of course,
Jobette Wood, and of course, she's from Pepsi. Also, Ricardo Comrie from EBUZZ Star. Yes, and we mentioned Reb Stripe, Sean Wallace, head of commerce. He spoke to us earlier on. Ladden and Bugle as well, and all the other Escobar, all the other acts who made it possible, and of course, our wonderful team here on location.
I want to say a special thanks to Rashona Fitzhenley, our producer.
Thank you so much, Rashona.
Nicholas Evans, sales manager. Nicholas Francis, engineering assistant. Of course, DJ Lollipop, technical operator. Shanice Williams, social media. Trisan Wilson, social media. And Romaine Murray, DJ Collision.
We just spoke to him earlier, and of course, John T. James, branding, and of course, Peter Broadway, keeping us connected and making sure everything is good to go. And of course, big up to all the persons who are locked in on social media, on the different platforms.
IG. Join us on IG, which is at Irie FM Official. Also on X at Irie FM, or Irie_FM. TikTok, it's Irie FM 107. And on Facebook, it's just Irie FM.
Yes, and listen, for all the happenings that took place tonight and for other things, of course, make sure you check out the social media platforms and see all the videos, all the pictures, everything, you name it. You know what I mean? Once again, big up to the entire team. We got to go. My name is Corey Mac.
And my name is DJ Bones. Join us next week for another exciting edition of the EBUZZ. It's now over to Muta Baruka with the cutting edge.
We out.